What up, what up, what up? It's the Cowboys version of Mr. Rogers. It's a wonderful day in the traffic hood. DMV traffic today. Like, it's not even a joke out here. I'm going to point the camera around so you guys can see the traffic. It's real bad out here. I'm out here close to Fairfax. Traffic is god awful out here. God awful traffic. But you know what? I got some time today. DMV traffic at its worst. I'm gonna wait for a couple people to get on. We're gonna talk some first round scenarios. But right now, I'm pretty much at a standstill. I've only moved probably like maybe 100 feet in the last like 10 minutes. But yeah, let me set the camera up. What's going on, guys? Set the camera up. Yeah, I saw a mock draft today that kind of intrigued me a little bit. So I'm gonna talk about some first round scenarios. So I'm starting to see a trend and a lot of people picking Josh Allen to go number one overall. Man, if Cleveland drafts Josh Allen number one overall, I mean, I've talked about it before. I think that Josh Allen has a lot of upside, but number one overall, Josh Allen, hell no. I don't know what Cleveland's doing. Going after Josh Allen number one overall, and the fact that it's unanimous across the board, like I thought that ESPN, I thought Todd McShay was good. Was good, Damo. I got your email too. I thought Todd McShay and Mel Kiper was full of it until I went to CBS Sports. Man, I'm just seeing Josh Allen number one all across everywhere. Now the fact that Josh Allen being number one, man, what that might mean is that a lot of teams are moving up. A lot of I've seen a lot of mock drafts where they got Buffalo coming up into the top five, which could mean that could possibly be four out of the five top picks being quarterbacks. That's great for us. Hell, make it six or seven quarterbacks that go before us. That just means that we're going to get a really good player. But I forget the guys whose drafted I saw, but he had Buffalo coming up at number four. He had four quarterbacks going in the top five. But what that led to was Derwin James was the one that fell all the way to number 18. And that led me to start this today because I'm wondering to you guys, at what point would it take for Derwin James to come down? Like, how far would you trade up for Derwin James if he starts falling? Because it can mean one of two things. If Seattle was to draft Derwin James like the mock said, well, that means Seattle might be looking to move a safety. And Casey, so who's number 15 right now? Who's number 15 in the draft? Because I know Green Bay is number 14. Who will we have to switch with at number 15 if somebody can look it up? What's good, Ronaldo? Wow, Derek, you wouldn't trade up for him? Wow. Because, like, for me, I think I would trade up to 17 to get him. I don't think you'd have to give up much to move from 19 to 17. I would move up to 17 right before it got to Seattle. Because I don't think I would have to give up 50. I don't think I would have to give up 81. I think I could give up one of my fourth round picks. I'd move up fourth round pick and get Derwin James. Yeah. I would move up to 17 to get Derwin James. Because, I mean, for me, I've been telling you guys, that's the only guy I would trade up for. Now, yeah, Derek, there's a lot of great safeties in the draft, but you got to be real. Let's be real. Like, there's a super drop-off between Minkah Fitzpatrick and Derwin James and the rest of those guys. No matter how good they are, like, what are you going to do? You're going to end up drafting one of those guys in the fourth round anyway. Well, we got two picks. I mean, I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. I wouldn't trade 31. I mean, I wouldn't trade 81 or 50. Nah. But if anybody had a chance to check out my video that I released this morning about where the Cowboys are looking, and who they're looking at, it was quite intriguing. And I talked about it with the group chat. I talked about it in the group chat with Mark Holmes, Michael Anthony Fitness, my man Foots. If you guys know Cowboys Nation TV, yeah, we got a big chat, and I think that the Cowboys have something up their sleeve because they're looking at a lot of first round talent, not necessarily high first round talent. Like Derwin James didn't show up on that list, but we know that they got to, we know they got a set of eyes on them. Who else did Minka Fitzpatrick didn't show up on the list or whatnot? So there's a lot of mid-level to back-level first-round talent. Now, but what I didn't see was I didn't see that the Cowboys were looking at a lot of second and third-round picks. I didn't see that they were looking at a lot of a second and third-round type talent. There's a lot of guys that can help us at the defensive tackle spot, at the linebacker spot, at the tight end spot, like it led me at the quarterback spot. There's somebody, Mike White. I really like Mike White. If anybody has watched him, but I'm thinking no second, no third round picks really that you're looking at, or that caliber type of guys. But you're looking at a bunch of first round type receivers. You're looking at a bunch of first round, end of first round type linemen. You're looking at mid round to late round defensive linemen. Do not be surprised if the Cowboys not only pick at 19, but if they trade one of their picks, or if they trade both of them. Yeah, sorry about that. I went under a bridge. But I would not be surprised. Like, if you go and look at my video and you look at the caliber of guys that they're trying to go after and stuff, I would not be surprised if they tried to get back into the first round. And picked either an offensive lineman, a defensive lineman, and a receiver. Receiver, just looking at the caliber of guys that they're going after, I believe that they really, really, really love Calvin Ridley. I believe they really love DJ Moore because not only for, I pointed this out to somebody in the comments. DJ Moore, sorry about that, man. I'm in a really bad area. But yeah. So they yeah, I know Ronaldo, I'm in a bad spot, man. There's a whole bunch of bridges and stuff that I'm going under and stuff right now. But what I'm gonna say is DJ Moore, they went to the combine, they did a private workout for him, they went to his pro day and all of that type of stuff. And they've seen DJ Moore at least 3-4 times, man. That leads me to believe that there's some real interest there. Now, or it means that they really like something, but they have questions that they still need answers. But for me, if you waste resources to see somebody 3 to 4 times, that's somebody that you really want to get. So I'm thinking DJ Moore. James Daniels is another guy that showed up on my radar. He's a guy that did a private workout for. He did a private workout with him, and he got an official visit. And he's a guy that plays center at Iowa, but he can play guard. He played guard in his career as well. So that's another guy. I didn't see Will Hernandez pop up on the list, but for a private workout. Now, yeah, we there's obvious interest there. There's obvious interest there with Will Hernandez, but I didn't see Isaiah Wynn on that list. So I'm like, yeah, Casey, I'm with you. Do not treat DJ Moore like you treated. Don't make him freaking Lucky Whitehead, and don't make him Dwayne Harris. Make him a player. Use him as a player. Don't do none of that gimmicky BS that we do in our offense. But another guy that showed up a couple times is Darius Leonard out of South Carolina. Leighton Vander Esch showed up a couple times. and Rashaan Evans. So do not be surprised if any of those guys show up on our board. We got Calvin Ridley, DJ Moore, Leighton Vander Esch, Rashaan Evans, James Daniels. Those are most likely the guys, the 5 that I definitely see the Cowboys staying at 19 and picking. But for some odd reason, they're looking at so much first-round talent. I just can't see them not trying to sneak back up in the first round on Thursday night. So let me look at some of the comments. Ronaldo said, my thing is, what DJ Moore do that Dez can't right now? DJ Moore can give you cheap labor. That's what he can do that Dez can't do right now. He can also give you 4 more years and a little bit more youth. As far as ability, I'm with you there. But obviously, there's some kind of animosity there. And to be honest, I don't really want to talk about Dez too much right now because everybody else is beating that damn dead horse. I'm sick to death of the Dez Bryant narrative. If we're going to cut Dez, we're going to cut Dez when it happened. But right now, we got the draft to worry about. Let's see. Dez costing the Cowboys too much. I ain't going to talk about Dez. We talk about Dez all the damn time. We need to work. Ronaldo said we need to work on our D people. Forget that. Let the 2 times we went to the playoffs, our D got exposed. Yeah. But keep this in mind, too. We keep saying we need to work on the defense. But how much more can we work on the defense besides the draft? I mean, we got to kind of let the draft come to us. Because I know that a lot of people are talking about our salary cap, but if we free up some money, what money are we spending? Where are we spending that money? And what players are there out there right now? Now, this is how I feel about the draft, man. Just let good players come to you. Now, if it happens to fill a need, I mean, like, don't draft in areas that we're rich, that we're super rich. You know what I'm saying? Don't draft in areas, like, to me, like, we don't need to draft a tackle. Now, and Collins don't want to move back to guard, but I don't think we need to draft a tackle. At this point, we got Fleming. We got 3 tackles. But we're not rich at guard, in my opinion. If we're going to draft something on the offensive side of the ball, I think guard and tight end should go precedent over receiver. But with the way that the players are and the talent, the way that it goes, that's kind of where I'm leaning towards. Guard, tight end, receiver. Because now this is just talking offense. I'll flip back to defense. I promise you. But as far as the guard, if you look at the drop-off between Wynn and Hernandez, it's very significant. Very significant. Tight end. You know what I'm saying? You got about 4 or 5 guys. But outside of that 4 or 5 guys, drop-off super significant. At the receiver position, you can draft all night long. There's a lot of receivers in this draft. A lot of them. Now, could we take one in the first 3 rounds? Yes. But there's still some guys out there that aren't getting the love. You got Michael Gallup. You got Cedric Wilson from Boise State. Equanimeous St. Brown out there. Somebody stop me if Deshaun Hamilton's okay. Simi Cobbs Jr. You got a lot of receivers out there. A lot more. I love Anthony Miller. As a matter of fact, Anthony Miller is probably my favorite receiver in this draft. And nobody's talking about Anthony Miller. But Anthony Miller's out there. You got a bunch of those type of guys that can probably fill a void for us in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round. But as far as guards, as far as tight ends, you're not going to get 3rd, 4th, 5th round in this draft. It's not going to happen. But defensive-wise, as far as D tackles go, 1st round, 2nd round, 3rd round, you got talent there. Yeah, Deion Kane. Damo added Deion Kane. Yeah, Miller does remind him on my team. But defense linebacker, you got some jewels in the draft for linebacker. That's why I don't believe, like, a lot of people are saying we have to draft the linebacker first. No, we don't. There's a lot of linebackers out there. Josie Jewell. Who else? Darius Leonard. That's just to name one. I got Fred Warner added to my list to look up yesterday. Who is the guy from Wisconsin? The linebacker. Sitchy. Somebody just said Malik Jefferson. Like, Brad Baker, you just said we're taking multiple linebackers. I'm with that, dude. I'm with that. Taking multiple linebackers. Before we went free agency super happy, I was okay with taking multiple receivers in this draft. We didn't have to draft one early, but we could take, like, I mean, we got 10 picks. So if you could have took 2 young guys and had them on the roster, and then when we cutting guys next year, things fall into place. But no, they got to be gung-ho and sign these cheap-ass receivers out here. But as far as linebacker, man, shoot, I'm with taking 2. You said Andre Smith? Who's some other linebackers out there? Shaquem Griffin. Nobody's talking about him anymore. He had a hell of a combine. Dude can play some damn ball. Christian Sam. There's linebackers out there. So, like, don't feel like we can't build our defense if we don't take a linebacker in the first round. Trust me. If we stick to the script, like it's going to play out to us, linebackers, yeah, Micah Kaiser. Is from UVA, right? I got Micah Kaiser from UVA, right? But I'm just saying, like, I mean, there's linebackers out there that we can get, not necessarily late. I really like Sitchy. If you guys haven't had a chance to look at Sitchy from Wisconsin, the dude is a beast. He was hurt last year, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, he was hurt. But if we get him in the 5th round, how much risk is it? It's not a Sean Lee risk where he's a 2nd-round guy. Sitchy probably, if he had a healthy last year, would probably be in the 1st-round discussion. The dude can play some damn ball. I really like Sitchy. Really like him. Defensive tackle. There's some defensive tackle guys that go further back. Like, I've heard Poona Ford. He didn't get to the combine, but Poona Ford at Texas is definitely a viable option for us. He's a big body. We need some big bodies in there. We can go defense in this draft without necessarily having to, spend early picks on it. You just get the best player available. Now, what I will say is at safety, though, safety's a little tough for me. I've heard some really good things about Jesse Bates, and Derek, you hit me up about him. How could I miss Deshaun Hand, man? I'm pretty sure Deshaun Hand, he might be from this area. But yeah, man, I mean, I think that if we play this out right, we could be in a very good situation. But let's go back to the 1st round. Because with a lot of these quarterbacks going off the board, that also could mean that we could trade back. Because it's going to be a lot of the guys that we want there. So trading back is also a option too. If a couple of guys that you're even on trying to get are there and available, you could try and trade back and get another pick or something to kind of come up in the 2nd round. Justin Reed. Yeah, Justin Reed. I'm huge on Justin Reed, man. Huge on Justin Reed. I don't know why he's not getting that love. I really don't. Yeah, Justin Reed from Stanford. Beast. Let's see. I think they really want Vita because they don't want to show their hand. Brad Baker said that. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm fine with Vita Vea. I'm huge. I'm fine with. Matter of fact, let's add a 6th person. Vita Vea is in that equation as well, if he's there. I can't see him getting past Washington, though. I can't see Vita getting past Washington. But I'm also not trading up for him. Hell no, I'm not trading up for no Vita. I don't want him that bad. I want him, but I don't. But let's talk about a guy that's not getting no love. And I did a video on him. Why is Tim Settle not getting any love? Why is Phillips from Stanford not getting any love when it comes to us? Like, it's not like we could. That's what leads me to believe that we're gonna move up in the first round. We're gonna come back up in the first round and get some talent, because there's a lot of D tackles that are second, third round range that aren't getting love. Hurst, I think Hurst, his issue is that heart. And for me, I'm not interested in taking another second round hurt guy. Now, if I'm gonna take a hurt guy, it's gonna be in the fourth or fifth round. But damn it, how many second round hurt guys do we gotta take? But yeah, Ronaldo, we do need guys with constant motors. Hurst Medical's checked out. Yeah, it checked out, but I mean, how many times is stuff checked out and guys still drop? I mean, it's already out there. Somebody put it out there because they wanted him to drop. But we'll see. I mean, I just haven't seen. And mocks are wrong all the damn time. If somebody really likes Hurst enough, they'll take him in the first round. But I just know as a GM, I would pass on Hurst in the first two rounds. And I could be wrong. And I've been wrong before, because I for sure didn't think Bosa would turn into the beast that he is. I thought Bosa would be really, really, really good. But I wasn't believing the hype. And the hype, man, the hype train ran my ass over. But you know, it is what it is. Sometimes we get them wrong every once in a while. It was good. It was good, MIA. It was good, family. But yeah, first round. Let me hear some scenarios from you guys while I'm driving. It's actually moving a little bit now, so that's a good thing. That's good. What's some scenarios that you guys would like to see in this draft? Yeah, the last guy we took with a medical, with the medical red flag was Jalen Smith. I mean, I'm not ready to give up on Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith was a rookie last year, so we'll see. He was essentially a rookie, so game speed and having to deal with the drop foot is an issue. Let's see, trade Beasley in the third, move up and get Derwin James. Chad, I mean, that's ideal. That's really ideal. I just don't know if that'll happen. If we traded back and got Hernandez and Evans, I'd be good with that. And that's definitely a possibility, man. Because if you trade back, you got another pick to trade up to get both of them. So I'd be ecstatic with that. I think that would set the tone. Let's see, Brad Baker, trade back and get an extra second and take Hernandez. Okay. I mean, hey, look, I would stand pat at 19 and take Hernandez. So if I could trade back and get Hernandez, hell yeah, I'm all over it. I'm all over it, fellas. I love those solutions. I think we will make a trade with New England, either first or second round. They have 4 picks in the first 2 rounds, possibly. I also like to stay away from trades with New England, because when they win the Super Bowl, they always try and look back on that trade, and you don't want to be on that end of that trade that helped bump them to a Super Bowl. Ronaldo, they got the 31st pick, right? Yep. The Patriots got the 31st pick, and I believe they have the 23rd pick as well. So the Patriots can make some noise. Buffalo can make some noise because they have the 12th pick and I think the 22nd. So if Buffalo really wants to move up, and a viable trade option for Buffalo would be number 4 with Cleveland, because Cleveland can probably move, because Cleveland not only can take their number 1 overall pick, but they can have 2 more first round picks. Damn, Cleveland's sitting pretty at number 4 right now, ain't they? Woo! Cleveland, man, Cleveland can play this thing out real nice if they want. You know, they could I mean, I know that the Patriots wouldn't dare do that shit. They wouldn't move up to number 4 and give up 20, 23, and 31. They ain't gonna do that shit. But Buffalo might do that all damn day. Let's see. I'm good on trading up that high, but if they made it to the teens, I would consider it. You guys must be talking me. Highest I'm willing to trade up is to get in front of Seattle's punk ass. Yeah, I call Seattle's punk ass for trying to hold Earl Thomas hostage like that. I mean, I get it. I mean, I would hold him hostage too, but I mean, shit, I want Earl Thomas, so I'm a little pissed about it, but we got to move in front of Seattle because most likely Seattle has the same needs that we do. As a matter of fact, we run the same defensive scheme as Seattle for the most part. They need a guard too. We have the same needs as Seattle. We have the same needs almost as the Ravens. So 15 might be pretty good. The only thing I'm afraid of is if we trade up to number 15, we're going to probably take Calvin Ridley if we're trading up to 15 because why would we try and get in front of the Ravens? If we're trying to get in front of the Ravens, it means that there's a receiver that we're trying to take right there. And I don't really want to take a receiver in the first round. I really don't. I'm okay with it. I just don't want to. Like, I can live with it. James and Roquan for Damo for guys he move up for. Yeah, Damo, I'd rather have Derwin on the rookie deal than Earl too. I would too. I'm with you on that. Because as you guys have seen, if you got it as the safety position, if you got it, you got it. You can come in, you can make an impact. That's one of the positions that you can come right in from day one and you can make an impact if you're good enough. That along with running back, that along with tight end. I actually have seen it from the cornerback position as of late. I've seen it from cornerback. But yeah. Let's see. Deron said, why not Eric Reed? I don't know, man. You got to ask the front office that because I like Eric Reed. I like Eric Reed a lot. I don't know why not Eric Reed. I can't answer that question for you, partner. See, Derwin James, a younger, better Earl Thomas, said Chad. You know, when I look at Derwin James, I don't know why I see baby Sean Taylor. I don't know why. I think it's the way that he flies in from the screen. Like, he flies in like he damn Superman or somebody. And he'll knock your damn dick in the dirt, too. So, when I see Derwin James, I see baby Sean Taylor. And if he went to Washington, oh, my God, my heart would sink. And he very well could. He's another guy I can't see Washington passing up on. But keep this in mind. If Derwin James and Vita Vea are somehow there, one of them got to go past Washington. So they can only pick one of them. But my heart would sink if they picked Derwin James. Let's see. Eric Hagan said, all I want is defensive first round. See, Eric, I was just talking about that. You don't have to get defense in first round just for the sake of getting defense. Like, we got just as much of a need at the guard position because our identity is not the line was just not the line is not fine, guys. The line is not fine. The line struggled last year. We struggled because of injury, but we mainly struggled, in my opinion, because of the left guard situation. We sucked at left guard, in my opinion. We weren't able to get it to the second level. We weren't able to get to some of our staple plays because we weren't getting a push at the left guard spot. So I'm not for reaching if we don't have to, like Ronaldo said. Like, now, as far as now, if I got a linebacker and a receiver and I'm weighing them, all right, yeah, I'm taking a linebacker, or I'm taking the defensive lineman if they're of equal talent. But if my guys are off the board and these are guys that I'm not familiar with, I'm just not going to go ahead and reach them just for the hell of it. Another guy, Harold Landry, is a dark horse for some odd reason. What's good, X Factor? Harold Landry, noted as the best pass rusher in the draft, has somehow slipped in there. And, defensive end is kind of a need somewhat. It's not like I wouldn't say we're exactly rich at the position. We threw bodies at the position. But keep this in mind. DeMarcus Lawrence is due for a big contract next year. He's getting $17 million this year. They might be looking for his replacement. It's a possibility they're looking for his replacement. And what if I told you that we can find. I'm not saying Harold Landry's Bosa at all, but what if he turns into that? What if he turns into J.J. Watt? I forget what J.J. Watt was picked, but he was definitely picked in the mid area of the first round. So what if Harold Landry turns into one of those guys? Will we be salty about that pick? I don't think so. And you need as much pass rush as possible. So knowing that Harold Landry came in for an official visit, that raises some hairs for me. Definitely raises some hair. Let's see. Need to go O-line second or third round. But again, that's where I go to, Eric. The drop-off between your top guys, they're going to be gone. Hernandez is going to be gone. Wynn is going to be gone. Daniels is going to be gone. Who else is there? McClinchy is going to be gone. Connor Williams is going to be gone. You're going to have guys like Colton Miller. Colton Miller's okay. But I'm just saying, who else? Quentin Nelson's going to be gone. The drop-off from the top lineman to the second-tier lineman is huge. That's why you kind of got to get O-line early. Like, you guys keep saying second, third. Like, nah, it's different this year. It's not as deep with the O-line this year as it was maybe like last year or the year before that. So that's why getting a guard at 19 is definitely a solid option, because by the time you get round to number 50, all those guys are going to be gone. They're going to be gone. And you're going to be like, damn. I mean, that's the approach you want to go. I'm just saying, if you go that approach, you better get a hell of a first-round guy. Because at number 50, there might not be a lineman of value right there. And then you got to draft something else. And then at 81, there might not be an O-lineman of value there. So I'm just saying, like, that's why I think that the Cowboys might move up back into the first round, because of that drop off in talent, the O-line. That's why I think that they might move back up in the first round. Let's see. It says a lot about our coaching staff that they need 5 first-rounders. But you know what, though? Not necessarily, because how many times does Pittsburgh draft receivers? How many times does the New York Giants? Now, New York Giants suck. Don't get me wrong. I know they suck. But how often do they get defensive linemen? You know what I'm saying? Like that? Like, how often do they get? Like, when you're good at drafting something, you know you're not going to miss. So we don't want to miss with that pick. That's why I'm not against getting an O-lineman there. You don't want to miss. I'm okay with that. Let's see. Cheyenne says, I take Vita, DJ Moore, and Shaquem Griffin. If we really need O-line, I absolutely go for Isaiah Wynn over Hernandez. Watch the tape on those two. Wynn is much better. And the thing is, Cheyenne, I think that Wynn is a better player too. But for our scheme and what we kind of need out of the left guard, I don't necessarily know. I think that Wynn is a little bit more finesse than Hernandez. If you look at what Ron Leary offered us, he was a lot less finesse. Now, he got a little bit more finesse as he dropped in weight, but we kind of need to push. You know what I mean? We need to get to that second level. That's what we struggle with. Ronaldo said the only thing I don't like about Aaron Hernandez is his pass protection. I like his pass protection. I think it depends, though. He also played at UTEP. How good was the left tackle? Because keep this in mind. The guys you're going to be playing against are going to make you that much better. You're going to be playing with the All-Pro at center and the All-Pro at tackle. How bad can he be? Our line was the best in 2014, and what happened? We got bounced in Green Bay. Ronaldo said that. We didn't get bounced because of the line. I get that. We got bounced because of the defense. But keep in mind this. Our offense had a chance to score a touchdown, and we kicked the field goal because of pressure on Dak Prescott on that last drive. Keep that in mind. Also, keep in mind we had a really slow start that game on offense. There was a point in that game where the defense held things down, but it wasn't necessarily our pass rush as much because Aaron Rodgers is so quick with getting the ball out. Byron Jones got his ass roasted that game. If we want to go back to Green Bay, Byron Jones got his ass torched by somebody that wasn't even on that same. He wasn't even on the Green Bay team after that. He was with I think he went to the Raiders. Chad says, if your line is great again, Dak not running for his life and Zeke takes back rushing title, I'm cool with that. And that's the thing. A lot of people talk about Dak Prescott sucks. Dak throws a high ball. He threw it in the stands. Dak's not accurate. Dak ran a lot for his life last year, and a lot of it was interior pressure. Dak wasn't able to step into throws like that. So keep that in mind as well when you say our line is fine. You guys are okay right now as it stands with a guy who couldn't beat out guys in the Cleveland Browns, Marcus Martin, Joe Looney. We're good with that. In 2014, we had Tony, but 2014, okay. Well, yeah, we lost to Green Bay twice. Yeah, that's true. Keep in mind with that Green Bay game, our pass rush was really good that day. They weren't bad that day. Pass rush was good. To be honest with you, I think the defense played pretty well that day. I didn't think they were bad. They got a couple stops. I think that a couple bad calls that game is what cost us to lose in that Green Bay game. In my opinion, a catch that they gave Randall Cobb, and then they didn't give Dez Bryant the same type of respect with his catch. So, and you know, I mean, there was a couple holding calls and Dan Bailey choked in that game too. Dan Bailey choked in that game. Go back and watch, because I was pissed. I did a podcast after it. Dan Bailey missed a field goal that would have put us in a really good position, and it allowed Green Bay not only good field position, but it also allowed them a chance back in the game. So, I mean, there was a couple things that went in that Green Bay game. I think our defense didn't play too bad in the 2016 year either against Green. You just got to realize Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. And when we got an opportunity to score a touchdown and we kick a field goal, like a field goal to Aaron Rodgers, like he's going to laugh at that. He's going to score a touchdown. He's going to score touchdowns. Let's see. Yes, Byron Jones is a better corner, and we need to start playing Rico Gathers, man. He's a tall target, young, ex-basketball player. Our coaching staff do this. I'm excited about our secondary. Yeah. I mean, I like Rico, but I got to see it. I got to see it in a real game. Because, as I said before, preseason is preseason. Let's see what you do in a real game. And there's a lot of talent out there at the tight end position. I for the life of me, I don't understand why we're not looking at tight end, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. But I got to see Rico do it in the game. I'm not comfortable with the way our tight end is set. Our tight end position is set up right now. I mean, Damo, it's not a deep tight end class, but it's about 5 or 6 guys that can go. So your window is probably looking at about the 2nd to 3rd round. Let's see. Ronaldo, good. You say pass rush. I was horrible. A-Rod was playing on a bad leg. He still toasted it. They got a couple sacks in that game as well, though. I mean, you got to realize something about A-Rod. A-Rod is just a beast, dude. Like, it doesn't matter how good of a pass rush you have. He's getting the ball out quick. He's getting the ball out. Like, you can have the best jump in the world. And I'm not saying that there were times that, yeah, he had a bunch of time to run around the pocket and stuff like that. But for the most part, sometimes your back end got to hold shit down. And for the most part, I know in that Green Bay game, we got to hold shit down, man. The back end. And I think that they've gotten better at that. Yeah, that's when Jay Reed said Mincy got to Rodgers twice. I mean, overall, I think the team played a real good game, and they played good enough to win that game. They did. Um, just a couple of 50-50 plays just didn't go our way. I mean, I think we had a better shot at winning that game in Green Bay than we did in Dallas, and we were close both games. Let's see. Chad said Griffin in the fourth for depth makes the most sense later rounds. Yeah, I'm with that. I just think that the Cowboys put labels on certain players and they just don't touch them. Let's see. Steve Mack still needs to draft a tight end regardless. Rico has improved himself since. We need to snag. Who is that? Fernagali or Schultz just to be safe. Solid Witten replacements. Yeah. Let's see. A couple is cool, but would you have trusted our D even if they gave us the TD? Nah, I wouldn't have trusted the defense. You're right about that. But tell me who in this draft is going to make a difference day one. Who's gonna make our defense better right now in this draft? Now we can name a safety or two, but I'm talking about pass rush. Because if you look at pass rush, like Bosa went top 5. We don't have a top 5 pick. So most of the guys that you're looking at aren't considered elite as far as NFL goes, as far as rushing. Now I did say that J.J. Watt was a mid-round pick, and yeah, but what I'm saying is it normally takes pass rushers a little bit longer to develop. It definitely takes pass rushers a little bit longer to develop. How long did it take DeMarcus Lawrence to develop? You guys complained a lot about Taco last year. We took Taco. So let's see what we got. Green Bay is starting to be our rivalry over the Redskins. Green Bay has been doing this to us since 2014, since we had Dak. The Skins never beat us, so I want us to beat Green Bay when it matters, man. I'm absolutely with you on that. I'm tired of Green Bay ass. They can't beat nobody else ass like they beat us. Pisses me off. What about Key? I've heard some things about Arden Key that he don't really like football like that. Do I want to trust him with my future? Maybe in the second round. Do I want to trust him with my future? Hell no. Safety and linebacker, biggest draft need. Let's see. Damo said Sam Hubbard in the second. Again, though, thank you, Damo, for putting that out. A second round guy. Like we don't. That'd be dope. But we don't have to necessarily take a guy like, 19 needs to be defense. We don't have to do that. We don't have to if we don't want to. There's so much that we can do. There's so many needs. So many needs. But, man, I've been talking y'all ear off for almost 45 minutes. But, yeah, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. This is a really good discussion. Yeah, Chad, I can't leave on this note. I don't want a receiver at 19 either, dog. I did it first. But the way that things played out with the free agency, I don't want a receiver at 19. I always thought that, though. For the most part, I mean, unless it was Ridley at 19, I ain't really want a receiver at 19. But DJ Moore, Anthony Miller, yeah, those guys, they can play. But I don't think DJ Moore gonna be around for number 50 though. He ain't gonna be around. But yeah, man, thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell, tell your friends about me. My goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers before the draft. Now I told Mark Holmes that I was going to do this. And he looked at me like I was crazy. I'm at 816 today. I pushed this for a hard 10 weeks. So I'm trying to get 1,000. So tell your friends about me. Let's hit that 1,000. Let's prove Mark Holmes wrong. Appreciate it, Jay Reed. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. DMV, stand up. All right, guys. Peace. Oh, and go check out my video I did this morning if you had a chance to look at the Cowboys visits. Appreciate it, Eric. Appreciate it, Chad. Appreciate it, Damo. All right, y'all. Peace.